This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Yeah, Frank here, he's got his own billiard room.
Yes, it's the,
Billiard room.
come on already. We call it the,
The place to be.
Yes, the place to be. The place to be.
Then I shall be there.
Now, it's time. Live and in living color.
The Grandy Man Cave.
Ugh. Time to play the game!
No, you left me satisfied and smiling. So
That's what she said.
why do I want this? I want to make bank, bro. I want to get ass. I want to drive a Range Rover.
Place to Be Nation, Scott Criscola and Justin Rosero. This is the Place to Be Podcast.
Very nice, Mr. Crisbola. Oh, I'm sorry, Dennis.
Japanese band Oral Vampire produced a song called The Repo Man and used footage.
Oral vampire, huh?
Or Aural. A-U-R-A-L. What kind of show is this?
Sounds like some Twilight porn in Michael Vincent's collection there.
Oz went on to star in American Pie, of course, as the lacrosse player. Bismarck. No, wasn't Bismarck? Wasn't that his name?
Lismark.
No, who's the other guy I'm getting confused with?
Bismarck, yeah, he dressed as North Dakota.
There's only one place where the big boys play, and that is in my extra queen-size bed. Well, it just happens. What can you do?
Let's talk the fix.
I think they might hit a shock wall.
Is that the Shockmaster's wall?
Yeah, I like Big Dick myself. I was just curious. PTB Nation, let me know what
Here's
you
our
think.
opener.
to do worse than Josh Richard.
People dancing all in the street. See the rhythm all in their feet. Life is good, wild and sweet. Let the music play on, play on, play on. Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul. Let the music take control. We're going to party.
Place to Be Nation, welcome back to another great episode of the one and only Place to Be Podcast. I am your co-host, Justin Rosero, coming at you live inside the PTB Man Cave on this Saturday evening. Very cold, chilly, and my stomach is full of happiness, joy, and hate. Because we dined at Boneheads tonight. Of course, we give them the plug. We had delicious dinner. And sitting next to me, my own personal bonehead, that is, of course, my PIC Scott Criscola.
Good evening, JR. Live from inside the Man Cave.
And you're wearing your Bonehead sweatshirt.
I am.
Freshly pressed off the
Right. We're pimping it out tonight. We have our glass. We got our hoodies. Congrats to Matt and the guys at Boneheads. Great dinner. Great meal again on this Saturday evening. Welcome, PTB Nation, to episode 283. And we talked about what we were going to do when I came into the Ocean State this weekend.
Yep.
On one television, we have a wild card game number 2 from the Link. Our man Brad Woodling chewing his nails right now as his Eagles trail 20-7 to the New Orleans Saints. So Andrew Reich is happy. Brad Woodling is not.
Yeah, that's all right.
But there's still plenty of time left.
And as we watched at Boneheads, a wild game.
Yes.
As the Colts defeated the Chiefs. They were down 38-10 in the third, came all the way back to win by 1 point, 45?
45-44.
Yeah, so an insane game there in Indy, and the Colts have advanced. And on TV1, now it's on TV2 up on the wall, on TV1, let's set the stage first, Scott. So you came in here for the weekend. We went to the Bruins game like we always did.
Yes, we did.
And we had a good time there.
Win for the Bees today, 4-1 over the
Yes.
Winnipeg Jets.
So we enjoyed that.
Yep.
We then came home, went to Boneheads, now we're back here.
Mm-hmm.
And what we decided to do is, we'll be up front. We are not drinking like we thought we would because we were ridiculously full from all the food.
Yes, yeah. We have plenty of chicken in our system, so...
But our thought was to throw on some wrestling and just bullshit like we always do. And also answer your questions. So we have like 40 questions in the mailbag here we're going to try to get to.
Yes.
On all topics. And also, the tape we chose, we put a thread up, and the first person to respond with this random series of cryptic numbers was going to be the person to choose. And it was Steve Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first one in. And he chose... let me just make sure I get the episodes right here. What the hell tape was it, Scott?
41.
41, okay. We have... And it's actually pretty fitting, Steve. It was well timed because this is right in the midst of what we're watching in the vaults.
Yes.
A little behind, but... this is a SmackDown from May 24th, 2001. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be followed, if we get there, by the Raw the following week, 5/28/2001. And there is 2 big matches on each of these shows. On SmackDown, we have the forgotten TLC match.
Yes.
Where Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho defend their titles. And then the next week on that Raw I have is Austin defending his world title against Chris Jericho.
Great match.
Yes. So that is this tape we have in right now. Vince McMahon's talking right now as he opens the show for SmackDown. So we'll keep you up to date on what's going on in these shows, and we'll react accordingly while we're going through the mailbag. So anything you want to talk about before we get to the mail?
Well, definitely Vince just now was talking about Triple H's popped quad because he just was pointing out his leg. And of course, that happened that previous Monday night in San Jose, the night after Judgment Day, when Triple H and Austin, of course, lost the tag straps to Chris, the Canadian Chris's, as our good friend Scott Keith used to call them. But we'll keep you updated what matches are going on in the show and how the Brad Woodling's Eagles and Andrew Reish's Saints are doing. Let's dive into the bag, JR.
All right, we'll do a few here, and then we'll check back on things. So the first couple are from the Place to Be Nation Facebook page. First one's from our friend Mark Claire. He's had a couple months off here from the Vince. We haven't done a vintage vault in a while, so we haven't heard from Claire.
No, Vince is tubed up and
it's going to be another couple weeks now because maybe we should just touch on this. This week, coming up, we have an interview with Brian Papa of Papa John's, right?
No, it's not Papa John's.
Okay. No, Brian Papa, who's creating a wrestling simulator game. Yep. He's going to join us, and then we'll any other time we have, we'll kind of just talk about wrestling. We'll do maybe a mini headlines. Wednesday night, we have Thursday night, our year in review. Greg Phillips and Nate Milton are going to join us as we review 2013 and the year of wrestling. If you haven't gotten your nominations in yet, go over to the Facebook page, Place to Be Nation, and the ballot is there. You can go ahead and put your votes in, and we'll read those on air. Also, on Monday the 13th, we'll have Steve Carino in the house.
Yes.
We're looking forward to that one. And on that podcast, we have a major announcement regarding the future of PlaceToBeNation.com and this show. So stay tuned for both of those. And January 15th, we have our old school Royal Rumble roundtable. And then finally, we'll get back to the vault. So that kind of gives you your next 2 weeks here on the Place to Be podcast.
Yes.
And again, the 13th, a major show. Not only Steve Carino, the best color guy in the business right now, but also a major announcement about the site. And this is a big announcement. It's a good one.
Yes. Look at Taz wearing the old school Tough Enough t-shirt.
Well, it's funny to see Taz commentate when he was actually still in shape and jacked. Because I'm so used to the big fat ball Taz that we have now. This Taz is like just friggin' just showing off his guns, and Michael Cole really skinny too. Here. So we start off, of course, with the great.
Yes. Do we need to find it?
I guess I should cue up the song. But, our great.
All right. Well, you're doing that update. LaShawn McCoy inside the 5, second and goal. So it'll be third and goal for the Eagles at the 2. 1:50 to go, third quarter. Saints leading 20-7. Of course, earlier in the day, as mentioned, Colts won. So we'll see who they play. What were they? The 3 seed? Or the 4? It doesn't matter anyway. Right. If the Chargers, let's put it this way: if the Chargers win Sunday over Cincinnati,
the Colts go to the New.
Colts go to Foxborough. If the Bengals win,
you don't know how you met me. You don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye. All you know is when I'm with you, I make you free and swim through your veins like a fish in the sea.
I feel this is like Mark Claire's entrance theme.
Yes, it should be. And it is actually Xbox entrance theme as he is opening up SmackDown. Looking a little pudgy here.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
The Saints stuffed the Eagles on 3rd and 1 at the goal line, so this is the play of the game right here, coming up 4th and goal.
Yep.
And they got to go for it, I think.
And he is taking on Eddie Guerrero, who was barely
probably one of his one of his final matches here.
Yeah,
I think.
he's looking in good shape, but clearly he's
for the wrong
himself.
reason.
Yeah, exactly. All right, 4th and goal. Foles in the shotgun. And he hands off to McCoy, and McCoy got in for the touchdown.
Okay. So Brad lives to fight another day. So, all right, let's hit the mailbag. So, Mark Claire, what are your favorite movies starring wrestlers that are no way about wrestling? His is They Live.
Mine's They Live, too. Although Hell Comes to Frogtown is pretty good. It's pretty hideous, but it's pretty good, though.
I mean, Suburban Commando's got to be mine.
Yeah, The Chaperone.
Jesus Christ.
I did watch The Chaperone, though.
Mr. Nanny.
No Holds Barred, it's technically about
No Holds Barred, we almost did No Holds Barred tonight, but I wanted to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I did
and do this here, but No Holds Barred is one we're going to have to do at some point. Because I feel like we got to get through all the Hogan movies. Yes. And then we can rank them all.
Yep.
We have to get through Attack on Thunder Mountain, or where the hell that one was.
Yeah. We did the Thunder in Paradise pilot. Thunder in Paradise? That's not bad.
What was the...
Not hideous.
Not Attack on Thunder Mountain. There were 2. There was the one he did while he was in WCW when he shaved the mustache. And then there was another one with the Three Ninjas. Wasn't he in Three Ninjas? Magic Mountain?
Well, let me check Hulk Hogan's filmography
Okay,
on
let's do
Wikipedia.
And maybe we can rank
Let's see what
some
the
of them.
scoop is here.
And what other movies I'm trying to think of? I mean, obviously you got all the Rocks. I mean, that's a pretty loaded question by Claire because, I mean, if you're looking at objectively, you have all the Rocks movies, which are pretty good. One of my favorites, actually, kind of under the radar movies, Be Cool with The Rock. He plays the gay bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, Be Cool is pretty good. Yeah.
He was good at that.
All right, filmography. Here we go. All right, he was in Rocky 3, obviously. Bimini Code. He was a henchman. Goldie and the Bears. No Holds Barred. Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
That's right. I think it's just a quick cameo.
Suburban Commando. Mr. Nanny. The Three Thunder and Paradises. The Secret Agent Club. Spy Hard. Santa with Muscles.
Yeah, that was a big one for him.
The Ultimate Weapon. Assault on Devil's Island.
That's the one where he, that was like the TNT straight-to-TV movie.
Yes, he was. His name was Mike McBride.
Of course it was.
Mackenzie's Island.
That might have been another.
Oh yeah, Three Ninjas. High Noon at Mega Mountain.
There it is.
Then there was Assault on Death Mountain. He was in Muppets from Space. Then he was on Walkers and Texas Ranger. How ironic! In 2009, he was in Little Hercules. He was Zeus.
There you go.
How ironic. Nomeo and Juliet. He was Terra Firminator VO.
All right.
Oh, voiceover. Black River and China, Illinois. Those are all of his movies.
So he was not in Backdoor to China? Or whatever the
he's
hell that
not
movie
back
was.
to...
One Night
No,
in
he was
China?
not- no, he's not
What was
one.
it anyway? Was that One
No,
Night
we're
in
watching
China?
the guy that was in One Night in China.
That's right, yes.
No, he was not in Backdoor to China.
Okay.
China. No, he
I
wasn't.
don't know if that was even the name of it.
I forgot about Santa with Muscles.
Pull up The Rock, because let's see what his best movie was. Because maybe the answer's him, maybe, if we were being objective here.
The Rock. Let's see. All right, Rock, filmography.
You got Predator, too, with Jesse.
Yes, Predator is very good. Let's see. Filmography. Here we go. All right, here's Rock. Beyond the Mat, Long Shot. He played a mugger. Mummy Returns, Scorpion King, The Rundown, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Walkin' Tall, which wasn't bad. Be Cool, Doom, which was terrible. Gridiron Gang, which actually wasn't bad. I have that on DVD. He was in Reno 911 Miami, Southland Tales, The Game Plan. Excuse me. He was in Get Smart, Race to Witch Mountain, Planet 51, Tooth Fairy, Why Did I Get Married To?
Oh, is that one of the... That's not one of the Tyler Perry joints, is it?
Why Did I Get Married To?
Oh, I can't stand him. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a Tyler Perry.
Is that one of Medea? Did she get married to all the family?
Yeah. Let's see. The Other Guys, You Again, Faster, Fast 5, Journey to the Mysterious Island, Snitch, G.I. Joe Retaliation, Pain and Gain. Actually, Pain and Gain was very good.
I haven't seen it, but that may be his best from what I've heard.
Pain and Gain was excellent. He played like a whacked out, jacked up prison guy who ended up being a cokehead. Fast and Furious 6, Empire State, Hercules, The Thracian Wars, which hasn't come out yet, and Fast and Furious 7, which hasn't come out yet.
Which probably be the last one, I'm guessing. I liked him. I thought he was pretty funny in The Other Guys. Get Smart, I thought he was really good, too.
Yeah, I liked him in Get Smart.
Did the heel turn. The Rundown may be his best, honestly.
Yeah.
One of his best.
But I'm gonna give a special vote to Pain and Gain. He was really good in that. Mark Wahlberg was, too. That was a good movie overall. I was surprised, because I thought it was going to be like a ha-ha comedy. It really wasn't. Not at all.
So you have some with Big Show. Some he's in The Waterboy, if you want to count that.
Yeah.
He was in Knucklehead.
Mm-hmm.
the Maritella story.
Maritella story. You do Kane, Hear No Evil. I mean, they're doing a sequel.
Was it Hear No Evil?
Was it See No Evil? No, I don't remember.
And then also you have, of course, the John Cena collection. The Marine.
12 Rounds.
This Is Who I Am.
This Is Who I Am.
That was Randy Orton, right? The one that Harris.
Yeah,
this is my land.
This is my land. My land is your land. Let's see.
This is my face. I hate you.
Other media. Kane. What was that other movie? See No Evil.
Oh,
yeah,
See No
Evil. And he's gonna be in See No Evil. He was in Small. He was an episode of Smallville.
Yeah.
He was in MacGruber. His name was Tanker Lutz.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Well,
the TLC Tag Team Championship on this SmackDown. It was Edge and Christian, the Hardys, the Dudleys, Jericho and Benoit.
which is bananas because we're just like 2 months after WrestleMania. We haven't. To me, this is like the peak of their like really pushing these guys over the top. This is where it was like out of control because you got these guys wrestling these crazy matches week in and week out. They just had a TLC a few weeks before at WrestleMania, a month and a half, and now you're throwing them out here on an unpromoted match on a taped show, which maybe isn't the worst idea to do SmackDown instead of Raw because even though it's taped, you can at least promote it
Right.
and get people buzzing. But it's still kind of stupid and really kind of an abuse of these guys' bodies. So.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And it looks like we're going to be treated to some commercials from 2001. Because apparently
awesome.
this is not cut out on this. So we have a UPN special that a movie is going to be airing with Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. I think Ving Rhames, too. Elizabeth Hurley.
This might be quite the flick. I have no idea what this is.
Elizabeth Hurley, Ving Rhames. At least we got the actors right. What in God's name is this? Dangerous Ground.
Not as good as Dangerous Minds. This Friday at 8, 7 Central on
7
UPN.
Central on UPN. I like Dangerous Minds. That was a good movie. UPN. Okay, so there you go. So our answer, Mr. Clare.
I don't really have one.
Yeah, I don't either. We just fired out a bunch of
I guess Suburban Commando would be mine.
Yeah, Suburban Commando. I'm telling you, though, Rock and Pain and Gain was pretty good, though.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, Josephini. Not to be confused with John Feeney, my English teacher in high school.
At Bitchman, yes.
Who else do you think could have filled Hogan's spot as a catalyst to take the WWF National in 1984, if anyone at all?
Well, a lot of people think that even though he wasn't like the best in jacked up shape, the number 2 popular guy in the WWF in the early 80s was Sergeant Slaughter. He already had the national deal with G.I. Joe. He was already, he was very, very popular in the Northeast. He used to drive around in his camo Cadillac or camo limo. Going national with him
might have been tough. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I was gonna say he looked older, but Hogan kind of looked old too with his bald head.
He was bald in 1980, mustache, so yeah.
By
the way, Pimping WWF the Music Volume 5.
That's right, with Pie
and Rowdy.
Yes, boom, some bangs.
Oh wow.
I mean, you always hear Snuka bandied about, but I mean, he was over and had great charisma.
Dr. G would tell you Dusty.
I don't know if Dusty.
But Dusty by the mid '80s was even past.
Yeah.
I think he had gone the other side of his peak by 1984.
Let me throw a name out for you. If he had turned him face, Roddy Piper.
Possibly. He had a mainstream crossover. He was good with the media.
I mean, Andre had the larger than life thing, but he couldn't understand him.
No, and by 1984, his body was starting to hit that point where he couldn't do much. I
don't know. I feel like Piper may be my pick.
Yeah, not Flair. I don't think Flair wouldn't have left Crockett. So,
Steamboat.
Too timid of a personality. I don't think he would have.
Didn't have the connection.
Yeah.
Savage. I don't know if he was quite ready.
He was too crazy. I don't think he would have.
I think Piper could have been a placeholder until they had these other guys ready.
Yeah, I think so.
What about DiBiase? I don't know. He was red hot as a face in Mid-South.
Yeah.
Good charisma. Nah, Sting wasn't ready.
Sting wasn't ready in '84.
I'm going to say Piper or DiBiase.
Oh, awesome vignette right now with Regal and Tajiri. They were always great together.
Tajiri's khakis and polo shirt always cracked me up.
Yes.
Yeah, these were some of the best. I mean, this is a weird period because they had great wrestling on TV and also a lot of good comedy, a lot of good
skits.
Yeah, and they all played off each other well. All the stuff with Austin and Angle, all the stuff with Tajiri and Regal, even Austin to Jerry. Like, a lot of these guys had good chemistry in these vignettes, and I thought they did a nice job.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like the Eagles are driving again. They got the ball back. Look at they're moving. They're about at midfield. It's in the fourth quarter now. 20-14, the Saints lead.
So who, this is like your inner Francesa. You're loving this.
Yes.
All right, so who's your final answer?
I like Piper. I think Dusty would have been good for a couple of years. Another placeholder guy.
In the Northeast, though, you think? Well, he was pretty over, I guess.
Yeah, he's pretty over.
I mean, it's too bad, like, Billy Graham was shot at this point.
Yeah, he was a
because
mess.
maybe him as a face. I don't think Backlund could have done it.
Nah, see, I was just thinking Backlund, but he was... These guys were all... The problem was these guys were all good personalities within the wrestling circle.
Yeah.
Hogan had that look. And he was Thunderlips.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have been as easy if he wasn't Thunderlips. Everybody knew who he was at that point.
I feel like Piper's the only comparable charisma guy at the time.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a guy that could speak, had the connection with the fans.
Yeah.
And, as soon as his face turned in 86, he had it. So, I'd say Piper. And like I said, DiBiase, I don't know if it could have carried over, but I thought he was pretty hot in Mid-South. So, a guy that maybe could have come in as a face.
No, I like the DiBiase pick. I can't think of anybody else in Mid-South. There's really nobody else in... Excuse me.
I don't think Magnum. I mean, I don't know. Luger.
No, Magnum was very Southern. Problem with those Crockett guys is, at the time, I'd hate to say it, they were very Southern. And I don't know if they would have crossed over nationally. I think that's what ultimately ruined the NWA, and that's why they just sold to Ted, was because Those guys just were too... Southern wrestling... I don't know if I'm going to start Chad going, but... sadly, a lot of those guys were kind of pigeonholed as Southern wrestlers. It would have been very difficult to push them out into other regions of the country.
I already anticipate the message at like 2 a.m. when Chad's listening to this. Fucking WWE fanboys. Get ready.
But I think that's why I liked NWA in the mid-'80s. They had their own thing. I didn't want them to mix.
Yeah.
I liked them in their own things. But anyway, we got plenty of other questions we got to get to. But Piper's a good pick. I'm still not sure about DiBiase, but I do like Piper. I do like Piper as a pick. How about, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but how about Duggan?
Maybe. I mean, he had a good connection.
Sympathy,
to me, it's all about the connection with the crowd more than anything, and that's what Hogan had, really, was the
Yeah.
connection with the crowd. And that's why I think Piper maybe could have done it, too, because of his connection and his charisma and his ability to convey emotion through speaking. So
Yeah, I agree.
All right, next question comes from our buddy Matt Souza up here in the Northeast.
Matt.
What is your thoughts on the Boston Bruins so far this year? They are in first place in the Atlantic Division.
Yep, they are 3 points behind Pittsburgh in the East.
Yep.
The one thing I love about the Bruins this year is that they're faster. We saw that today. Guys like the trade they made, trading Tyler Seguin to the Stars was a pretty smart move. Yes, Sagan's got 21 goals.
And Louis Eriksson hasn't barely played.
But you know what? Riley Smith's got 15 goals. He had a goal today. That opened up guys like Torrey Krug, who had 2 goals tonight. Guys have opened up into other... their roles have been expanded. Guys like Bartkowski, their defense is better. The only thing I'm worried about as time progresses is that I'm noticing that Chara is getting a little slower. And, his size is not really as intimidating as it used to be. So I'm a little concerned about that when we get to the second half of the year. No All-Star game. We got the Olympics. So.
Are you surprised that Detroit is struggling as much in the East? I thought they were going to come in and really be a force.
Well, the Bruins lost to them like 3 times in the first month and a half of the year. Yeah. But they
middle of the pack right now.
Yeah, but they were ground down for a little while.
So now, how are the playoffs working? Is it just
It's the top 8 period. I don't even think it matters who the 2 division winners obviously, but it's just top 8, just like in.
But then it's not top 16, is it? It's top 8 in the East and the West. Like, could there be 10 West teams and 6 East?
Oh, I forgot about that. And the Eagles just kicked a field goal, so it's 20-17 now.
No, it looks like it's split still here. If you look at this,
yeah.
So it looks like it's the 2 division winners and then 6 6 wild cards. They'll probably do. I mean, there's 8 listed here.
Well, there's wild card standings. Why are there wild card? That's weird.
Well, I think that's what everyone who's not a division winner is called.
Oh, okay.
The wild cards.
So Toronto, Detroit.
Oh, the 2 division winners.
What is this little promo?
Oh wait, well they're not the division leaders. So what's this? What's this shit?
I don't even know.
Oh, they're the wild card leaders. So what the fuck does that mean?
I don't even know what the hell that means. What is this they're pimping? Is this the set? Best of WrestleMania 1 through 17. 3 hours, 17 WrestleManias, 1 special. What the hell was that? Oh, it's the Fanatic series. Remember that? The old WWF Fanatic series. $9.95. That was after the book came out.
I don't understand the wild card thing, but
I don't either. But right now the Bruins would be 2 in the East. They're leading the Atlantic and they're 3 points behind Pittsburgh. But they've definitely been playing faster hockey. The problem in the finals last year was they just ran out of gas, and the Blackhawks were just so talented. I think they can make it all the way to the end again. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, I've been pleased. I felt they were a little bit outskated today by Winnipeg in the game you and I watched today, JR. But the one thing is, when the Bruins get opportunities, they take advantage of them. The Winnipeg had so many chances. I think Tuukka had 37 saves today. But I think they're playing fine, and we'll see what happens after the Olympics when they get back in the groove.
All right, here we go. The Stanley Cup playoffs will still consist of 16 teams, 8 in each conference, but it'll be division-based and the wild card system has been added. The top 3 teams in each division make up the first 12. The remaining 4 are filled by the next 2 highest placed finishers in each conference, based on regular season points regardless of division. So that's where the wild card comes in.
Oh, okay.
So you get 3 from each division, and then 2, the next 2 best.
The next 2 best. Okay. Interesting.
So
okay. All right. So right now the Bruins would be 2 in the East.
Right.
So
and playing well.
Yeah, they're playing well. They'll be consistent all year. They'll hit their rough patches. But I think they'll be in fine shape come... was it kind of ironic that Foley was doing those ravioli commercials? The Chef Boyardee commercials.
I would say it's true to form, not ironic.
Yes, that's true, yes.
I never get into Spin City. Did you ever watch that?
No, and I love Michael J. Fox, but I was never a big fan of that show, and I don't think it was any better when Charlie Sheen was on. So
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen maybe more than an episode.
Yeah, no, it didn't do much for me.
Drew Carey now.
Drew Carey was awesome.
I love Drew Carey. Weeknight 7:30 p.m. on UPN.
On UPN, and do you remember the name of the? Do you remember the name of the bar?
The Warsaw.
Warsaw, yes. Wish there was a Warsaw around here.
We get a Boneheads. It's even better.
It's true, even better.
All
I
right.
think Warsaw had food. So.
All right, here's an interesting one from Aaron George.
Aaron George.
Would you rather face or fight a fully grown lion or a scorpion the size of a car?
Well, the lion you get a puncher's chance. The scorpion hits you once, you're dead.
Is that how they work? I don't know.
Yeah, the scorpion's got poison at the tip thing. It hits the tip, you're dead. The lion, at least you can, roll around with it till it eats your face. But I mean, the scorpion, you can do whatever you want, but he pokes you in the back of it with his tip, and you're dead.
I guess it depends. I mean, he's the size of a car, but how long are his pinchers?
His pinchers are probably.
Is that where the poison is, or is it in the
poison's
tail?
In the back. It's in the tail.
All
right.
So
you have to
but
stay
how
front.
long is the tail? Can it whip around?
The tail can whip over.
So if I'm in the front, it can whip over and hit me. Then yeah, fuck that. I mean, if you can avoid, if the tail could not whip over, I'd say yes.
At least the lion, you can get on top of it, grab its.
Well, I can outrun a lion.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we're talking about actually fighting it. No, I'm running.
No, I don't think you can outrun a lion.
No. The answer is a lion because at least you'll battle with it. For
I mean, can we have a weapon? Can I have like a baseball bat?
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about like MMA action? Maybe we should get Callum and see if there's any.
Grapple talk Scott versus the lion.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be interesting. I say the lion because the lion can't kill you with one thing in 2 seconds. The scorpion hits you and you're done. So, yeah, I mean, now I'm talking about the black scorpion. I can outrun him.
Will it be Ole Anderson doing the voiceover?
Yes, exactly.
He's gonna sting you and poison you with his tinctures.
Was he the master of? Was he the only guy that voiced over every masked guy in? Because didn't he voice over the Shockmaster too?
Yeah, I think so.
No, so Ole was the shock master of voiceovers. Right now we have a skit backstage. Kurt Angle's yelling at Spike and girlfriend Molly. Is this this isn't the episode where? No, it's coming up like later on. No, that's in June where Austin does the petition and he calls her a little tramp or whatever.
Yeah, that's later. This is where the Spike and Molly thing is burgeoning. But
yeah.
So this is what I think of when I think of fighting a fully grown lion. But what I think of is Derek LaRue sleeping on my couch after the DAP party.
Oh, Jesus.
Just like a giant lioness.
Lioness.
Lioness. Just spread out on the couch.
Oh, my God.
Also Ace Ventura. By the way, did you happen to check out the broken toilet paper holder in the bathroom?
Yes, I saw
Still
it.
reminiscent.
Yes,
remnants from your
my
tornado.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'd like to forget that.
The swirling winds.
Swirling other things. Swirling down the toilet. Kurt's in the crowd. You remember that? He was actually. He was probably slowly turning face even at this point.
There was actually more like blue dust on the couch.
Yes.
He was just missing the
all
grapes.
I saw when I came down here and my half whacked stupor was.
He just was missing the grape leaves over his crotch. That was about it.
Oh, God.
And the blue paint, I guess.
Yes, and a bra.
Yeah. All right, so Spike here calling out Kurt because Kurt was talking down to Molly backstage, and Spike called him out to the ring, so they're having a confrontation.
Yes.
Up on the big screen, the Eagles or the Saints are facing a 3rd and 4 here.
I think they're in the red zone. Or close to the red zone.
Yeah, the Eagles need to stop here with 8.5 minutes left if they want to hang on or have a chance to win this game.
Yeah.
2 pretty good games today so far.
Yes, 2 excellent games. I think we're going to get 2 good games tomorrow, both in very cold locations. Although Cincinnati's not supposed to be that bad tomorrow. Green Bay's supposed to be
brutal.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
And then, of course, we got Providence at Brad. Big weekend for Brad's big rivalry games. Providence at Villanova.
Yep.
Sunday at 5. So I'll be flipping between the football game and that. Although I'm a little disenchanted with my Friars right now and the way they.
The Saints are in the red zone here, so this is a big play here. I mean, even if they hold them to a field goal, it's still a 6-point game. And Breeze flushed out. and incomplete. So he's gonna go. So they'll go for. So out will come. What's his name? Shane Graham.
Yes.
Will come out to try a field goal for the Saints. All right. All right. So we figured that out.
All right. So
Lion,
next,
Scorpion.
it's funny because next question kind of plays off of that.
Uh-huh.
What do we think of the Black Scorpion angle
It was
from
terrible.
WCW? That's Matt Farrell.
My pal Matt, my Words with Friends friend. It was terrible because the guy you had to feel the worst for at that point was Sting. Finally, he was the WCW World Champion.
Yeah.
He was finally on his own stage, and the storyline was sucked ass.
Well,
It was bad.
How about poor Flair, who had to salvage the character in the end?
Yeah, well, that's even worse. That's when you don't trust Ole as a booker. And Shane Graham's kick is good. So the Saints now lead 23-17 with 8:04 left. And Kurt's beating the crap out of Spike. Yeah, it was a terrible angle. I don't understand what the deal was. I mean, were there any good heels in WCW 1990? I mean, who was around? Vader wasn't there yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Any of the Horsemen? Arn? I mean, I don't know. Luger?
Oh man, what was that? The fire starter?
Oh yeah, sorry.
You got fucking dragon in here, just
Yeah.
breathing fire on my face.
So you can thank our MMA guy for that one. Oh.
Reminds me of Merlin.
Merlin. But yeah, I would say that angle was pretty bad. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I don't think there was any trusty heels on the WCW roster in 1990, which kind of sucks. I mean, Luger was there. Was he a face? I don't know. Doom? I don't know. I mean, that's just not trusting what you have.
Well, I think it was the problem was they built this angle and they didn't really have the answer. I mean, we've seen it a lot of times in wrestling history where they don't know where they're going with it, but they just go with it.
Yeah.
We'll defer to Chad and Parv on this one because I think they're right around there.
Yes, I think they are.
If you listen to where the big boys play, which obviously I do, let me see what their last one was. I think they're right. They might be coming up to it. Have I told you how much I fucking hate YouTube?
Yeah, so back from the days when, some asshole would...
Scorpion?
Yeah, that's right. Let's go beyond!
Yeah, so they're pretty much up on it right now. They just took the awful Clash 13, which almost drove them to quit the show, I think. I mean, that pretty much pushed them over the edge.
Yeah, it was pretty hideous.
Before that Halloween Havoc 90. So they're coming up on Starrcade, which will have the blow-off to the Black Scorpion. So if you want to hear more about it, check out episode 56 of Where the Big Boys Play. PlayStationNation.com. Click the podcast graphic on the right-hand side. You can check that out. And there's a lot of Black Scorpion at that show. So plenty to talk about there. I'm sure they get plenty of thoughts on who could have been. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a fucking orchestra version.
It's an orchestral version?
All right, let's see what we got up next in the mailbag. We have Tyler Blount who wants us to talk about Barely Legal 97.
What's that?
I don't know. I never heard of it either. Maybe someday we'll get to it.
What's the next one?
Stephen Graham, our good buddy. Of course, writer, PlayStationNation.com, staff writer.
Yep.
Why is Lucha so ignored? It's weird because how over Ray, Eddie, Psychosis, and company were, you'd think more people would be all over Lucha. Scott, you're old, you're ingrained in your ways, you're a staunch Republican. What is your beef with Lucha?
Damn little... Where's RJ Brewer when you need him?
Yes. Should get him on the phone. Well, I don't know. Last time we had people threatening to turn the show off.
Threatening to blow the house up. The problem is I think a lot of North American wrestling fans, I shouldn't say North American because that counts Mexico, American wrestling fans,
We're off to a good start. Go ahead.
yeah, are accustomed to something besides the matches. That's why Ring of Honor took a little while.
Yeah, but how do you know? Let me ask you this. I don't think you've ever really watched Lucha, right? What's the most you've seen is probably
Lucha Libre
where worlds
USA.
when worlds collide.
When Worlds Collide, yeah. Latin Lover, I liked him.
So
Madonna's boyfriend, whatever his name was.
So are you confident in speaking that that's what Lucha is? I mean, how do you know they don't do more than just matches?
Well, I'm saying...
And that's quite the assumption you're making.
Well, I mean, then what would the problem be? What else could the problem be? That they're all masked? Who cares about that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, TV doesn't pick it up. I mean, that's a problem. All right, here's your problem.
Yeah,
Lucha
but you
has
really
not
don't...
picked up because no network has a TV deal.
Yeah, but that's not really an excuse nowadays. Because you can watch anything in the world.
Yeah, you can watch anything anywhere.
here's my take. Me personally, I can't speak for anyone else. I only have so many hours in the day, and I try and watch as much as I can. And I'm really trying to expand that, and I have a lot of DVDs, a lot of tapes, and I was slacking for a while, but now I'm trying to get back into watching different stuff, and for the vaults and everything, we got a lot going on, so it's tough sometimes for me to commit the time. But becoming more friendly with Chad and the guys at PWO, I'm trying to expand a little bit. I just only have so many hours for wrestling consumption at a time.
Right.
And I have such a backlog stuff I'm still trying to catch up on, older stuff. I don't have the time, and I'm just gonna always watch WWE. Although, to be honest, this is the least I've watched it in probably over a decade. I mean, I watch Raw while I record. I'll try and watch bits and pieces of SmackDown. I'll go to the bar for the pay-per-views, which is probably more than what a lot of people watch for the card product. But I don't have much memory of it. Like, I was going to participate in Brad, was doing the top pay-per-views of the year, the rankings on the website.
Right.
And I had to bow out because I really didn't remember anything about any of the fucking shows. And I watched them all. But Picasso's is just like a fucking circus being in there.
Well, yeah.
So it's hard to have any kind of memory of the show. So outside of like the big one, like Mania, Rumble, and SummerSlam, and even Money in the Bank, I ordered here, live blogged it. I couldn't even tell you the matches on the card.
Do you have a memory of Rob Schneider and the Animal?
I do, yes. That was during the Rob Schneider every year shit movie run that we were subjected to in the early 2000s.
Yes.
But yeah, so anyway, I this is the least I've actually watched WWE, and I've been trying to watch older stuff, and I just have a lot to catch up on, and Lucha's just not on my radar. There's no reason for it. There's no reason. Can we talk about when networks used to show like stupid movies? Like now, I feel like you can watch any like great movies all the time. Yeah. Like we had to deal with Cutting Class with Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Look that up. Look this shit up. When was this thing made?
Cutting Class.
Like this was the crap on like the Movie Loft. Like
it's the Movie Loft.
Fucking Channel 38 Movie Loft. It's like these garbage movies that we had to deal with
They
on
put something
TV.
on after the Bruins. So.
Yeah, it was terrible. It's like nowadays you flip through and we can watch great movies left and right. Back then you were subjected to these crap networks.
All right, Cutting Class is a 1989 slasher film directed by Rospo Pallenberg and written by Steve Slavkin. The film was Brad Pitt's first major role. It also had great actors as Donovan Leitch, Jill Sholin, Roddy McDowell, Martin Mull.
Now, Roddy McDowell, he's the Planet of the Apes guy, right?
Yes.
Wasn't he the ape?
Yes, he was the ape. And then there was a guy named Dirk Blocker. So there you go. There's
Nancy Fish.
There's a character named Krusty Old Man.
Is that not a very big cast?
My name's on next to
Roddy McDowell, I remember him because I think there was an A&E biography on him that I had to watch.
I think he's dead. Yes, he died.
Yeah, I think it's why they did it.
Yeah.
There was one of him that I used to have to watch when QCing Roddy McDowell.
Yes.
All right. So
it's a slasher. It's a horror movie.
Yeah, I'm sure
it was on today at 3:00 on
UPN.
On UPN. So.
So anyway, that's my take on the Lucha thing. Worldwide or across the U.S., I don't know why it's not more popular. Maybe it's a language thing. Maybe it's a habit thing. Maybe it's just laziness. You get guys that don't want to go search it out, and some that do. And there's plenty of places that will talk about it. It's great sites like ProWrestlingOnly.com with guys that are pretty widespread in what they watch. And like anything, I think you can find people who watch whatever you want to find. I mean, there's a Merlin fan board out there, so you can find anything.
Yeah.
There's boards for the new 90210. So I mean, if you want to find anything,
which I stopped watching a while ago.
Well, it's been over for like 2 years now.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
But if there's anything you want to watch that and talk about, you can find a place to talk about it.
Did they do a series finale, or did they just stop doing it?
Yeah, they did a series finale.
Oh, what happened?
I call pass interference on that.
Get that guy's
inside the 5.
What happened? Anything good?
Silver had cancer at the end. They ended it with her finding out she had cancer.
Oh, riveting.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't even remember.
Oh, okay.
Naveed ended up with Adriana, maybe.
Oh, well, that's big.
Liam and Annie ended up together.
That's a big. So everybody lives happily ever after except Silver.
Silver had
everybody
cancer.
felt bad for.
Right.
She's dying.
Yeah, I don't remember what Naomi ended up doing. But no, they did do a finale.
I found Max or whatever that guy's name was, the dorky Max.
Well, no, they got back together in the final season, and then they got married.
Did they really?
Yeah, and I can't remember. Then they had problems. They may have ended up together in the end. I can't remember. I don't know. This is a couple years ago.
Dean Malenko and Perry with his big fluffy hat. That's when he pretty much threw it in the tank.
And Terry. All right, let's see what our next question is. Comes from Stephen Graham again. Main event of WrestleMania 35. Big E, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Punk, Bryan, Mojo Riley, or someone else? How about the Dups? Bo, Dup, and Stand Up. Remember them?
The Dups. The Dupes, not Dups.
No, it was Dup.
I thought it was the Dupes.
No, because the joke was Stand Up.
Oh, we must have gone two different teams then. Okay.
What? I don't think there was a dupe. I mean, two different teams.
The Dupes. We have to do it. Here, I'll have to look it up.
The Dups. Stand Up, Bo, Dup, Jacked Up.
The Dups were professional. Oh, it was a Dup.
Puck Drop.
Jacked Up. Bowed Up.
Right, that's the joke. It wouldn't be Bo Dupe. And the Eagles have scored and about to take the lead with an extra point.
Wow.
See what Breeze can do.
4:54 left. Raven taking on Dean. Dean Malenko here. A little ECW kickback here.
Yeah, I think Raven was doing a bit of a face turn here, so.
Yeah. Well, this is when he was in the midst of the awesome hardcore run. So.
Yeah. So the Dups, not the Dupes. Clown.
Amish Roadkill, Danny Doring.
This is the team we were thinking of, right?
Yeah. I thought there was a team in. No, this isn't it. There was a team in WCW in the early 90s.
They were not the Dupes. There was no such thing as the Dupes in WCW.
Fluffed Up?
Yeah, Fluffed Up.
Fluffed Up.
I will bet you anything.
This is terrible.
There was no team called
Why are
the
we arguing
Dupes.
about the Dupes?
Because you're making shit up.
This
There's
is
no
terrible.
team is the fucking Dupes.
This is terrible.
It's like the Moops and the Moors.
All right, never mind.
Wiki says Dupes.
All right, Dupes. Okay, the Dups.
All right, who's going to be in WrestleMania 35?
Not the Dups.
Or the Dupes.
Fluffed Up. Daniel Bryan.
So what's that? 5 years away? What are we up to now? 30?
Yeah, 30.
I don't think Brian.
No.
He'll be on the mid card if he's even there still. I don't know if Punk will even be there in 5 years.
Punk. I don't think Punk's gonna last another 2 years. To be honest with you.
I think Cesaro is the best of that group he gave us.
I think Chris Hero's gonna come back at some point.
I think Cesaro's the answer of this group.
Yeah, Cesaro.
I can't see Big E going another 5 years. I think he'll have a good run.
Big E's gonna be like Batista. He's gonna have a very finite shelf life.
I think Cesaro. Right now, I think Cesaro is their best bet for
Roman
a long
Reigns.
term. Yeah, Roman Reigns is a good one too.
Ambrose.
I don't see him as a long term main eventer. He's like a Bryan to me. Spurts up and down, up and down. I think Reigns and Cesaro are your best bets right now for long term money makers in that company. I think they're finally opening their eyes with Cesaro.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, he's got everything.
He does. He's in great shape. He's in great physical condition.
And he's not roided physical
No,
condition.
no,
He's slim, but he's strong as shit.
No, he is.
Good promo guy, good look, good charisma. He's got the big swing, so he's got his move now.
Yep.
So
fans jumped onto that, and I think that's what did it for everybody.
Right.
So, yeah, I like. That's a good idea. Reigns, Cesaro, Big E, maybe. How about Dolph? Think he'll be gone by then?
Nah, yeah, I think his time's passed. Sadly,
That sucks.
I think he'll get the belt maybe in the next year or two, but it'll be too little, too late. Yeah, Cena Orton probably again.
Yeah, Cena Orton. Yeah.
Or
Triple H Taker 3.
Will Shane's kid be old enough by this point when the?
Well, Aurora Rose will be 12 or something. So, let's see. She was born in 2000.
Well, you were at the.
I was at the
circumcision.
I was in the hospital. Yeah, circumcision.
You were at the bris.
I was at the bris. Jewish bris.
Well, I already had you in the kosher.
The kosher cemetery.
Graveyard.
Yes, the kosher graveyard.
Come on, Sproles.
And he's out to the 37. Plenty of time left in this game. 4:47. Eagles up a point, so now it's Andrew.
Horse
Reich.
collar there too.
Yeah. All right. If I had to come up with 4 guys, probably Cesaro, Reigns.
I'm gonna say Cena Orton is one of them. I really think one of them will still be going in 5 years.
Probably. And I think Jordan Duncan said Andre.
Yeah, him and Warrior will still be fighting in
Warrior will still be
Detroit.
fighting in Detroit.
That's why the Detroit market was dead, and they've had that match on top for 30 years.
For 30 years.
All right, here's an interesting one from Josh Richer.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
What does Scott smell like?
What?
Well, to me, you smell like ghost pepper.
Yeah.
And hate.
And hate and the Dups.
You smell like depression, middle age,
Axe body wash, and ghost chilies.
nursing home.
Nursing home. What? I smell like chlorine?
Yes.
Toilet cleaner?
It's better than what you smelled like 2 months ago in my house. Or a month and a half.
I smelled like roadkill. That was gross.
Smell like blue dust.
No, I don't smell like blue dust. I'm sorry.
You got blue dust all over you.
Blue dusted.
Well, you smell like the dragon before Ricky the
Well,
Dragon.
because I let out that burp of fire starter.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
it
god,
was
that
legit
was
fire.
the thickest. Our man Roger, I don't know how he ate those. That's like the thickest wing sauce I've ever seen in my life.
It's pineapple, mustard, and ghost pepper.
It's delicious, but it is thick. Oh, there's your man,
Yeah, Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman.
And Grandmaster Sexay, I believe. Oh,
Hey,
Trish.
Steve, what are you doing here?
What is a woman doing here? This ain't a woman's place.
This ain't woman's place with my kendo stick.
Sproles.
First down.
A beast run right there.
Yeah, they may get back in the end zone again. We're under 4 minutes to go. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is not.
You don't like that one?
I certainly don't smell like where you're living soon. Good luck there.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Jason Greenhouse, and we got 2 loaded ones coming up right now.
Okay.
All right, favorite Seinfeld episode.
Well, I'm not as. This is more for you than me, but I think my 2 favorites are the Master of My Domain one. It was pretty funny, and
How about the one from Mossy and Video? That we did. No.
Yes, I like that one too.
Okay.
And Master of My Domain and the Your Name's Dolores. I always like that one too. Those are my 2 favorites.
I mean, I really can't pick. I mean, it's absurd. Yeah, Master Domain's good. I really think it's the fucking. I don't know. There's so many from the last season I love. Let me just pull it up really quick because I don't want to miss any. The car dealership's one of my favorite. With Putty. Anything Putty really is one of my favorites. Let me see. I think season 9 and 6 are my favorite seasons. 6 was really good. Me and Andy Flanagan were actually just discussing all this. Let's see if I can find an episode list here for... This is fucking garbage. I don't have it.
If you go to the top, they usually have episode lists.
Here we go. List of Seinfeld episodes. Alright, season 9. Oh, Serenity Now is a good one. Oh, The Voice was just on the other night. That's a good one. That's got a lot going on. That's the hello, la la la. There's a lot going on in that one. The Slicer. Season 9 is so good. Frogger. Puerto Rican Day Parade. That's a good one. I like the dealership. I think the dealership may be one of my favorites.
What's the dealership? Enlighten us.
That's when George goes to buy a car and Jerry goes and they buy it from David Putty, and it's just the whole thing is inside the car dealership. It was almost a throwback to some of their older episodes with the Chinese restaurant and the parking garage, where the whole episode's just in one setting.
I think I remember that one.
I'm trying to go through season 6 'cause I just saw one recently, and I remember
Is this on Netflix?
Seinfeld's not, no. But me and, you know what? It may have been the Mom and Pop Store, which was the Thanksgiving episode, and I talked about that in our Thanksgiving TV memories. There's one that me and Jeff Machado were just talking about how great it was, and you don't hear a lot about it, but it was like a loaded episode. It may be the Mom and Pop Store.
That's season what, 6?
Yeah, that's the one with Woody Woodpecker and all that. There's so many good ones. The Marine Biologist, that's another good one. The Hamptons, the Puffy Shirt. Can't forget the Puffy Shirt. I don't know. I may have to come back on this one in a future episode because I got to think about the one. I got to talk to Jeff. There was one we've been talking about that was really, really good. The Van Buren Boys. That's another good one. Merv Griffin Show.
Oh, I remember that one. I remember the Merv Griffin Show.
Reverse Peephole. So anyway, I get to stay here all day.
Why
and
do you
read.
think it's on Netflix?
It might be some with the syndication deal or whatever. I mean, I have them all. I have them all. You can actually get the DVD set pretty cheap nowadays.
Is it? You guys the one with the salt and pepper shakers, right? Or is that all? Was that the one?
That was like season 1 and 2. I got them all as they came out individually.
Oh, okay.
But now you can just get the whole book of them.
Oh, okay.
You just do it. You can click right through PlayStation.com's Amazon link.
Oh, that is quite true. Yes.
I'll be able to do that for you right now.
Thank you, Brad.
And we're gonna order it live on air. Scott Criscolo is gonna commit to reviewing all the Seinfeld.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's see, Seinfeld complete series. $69.99. You can't beat that.
That's pretty good.
That's a great deal.
That's pretty good. All right, I'll have to remember that. All right,
It's a whole series
the whole series for $70.
right there.
Pretty good. What's the one under it for Not $267.
It looks some kind of collector's edition or
okay.
something.
What was one that had the salt and pepper? The sex shakers.
That was like seasons 1 and 2, I think.
Oh, okay. And then you had a lamp, but that's separate. Okay.
That was a gift for me from a friend.
Oh, okay.
All right, next question from Tyler Blunt.
Okay.
By the way, before we get to this, what do you think of the old school Miller Lite can? I never drink that piss, but the can's pretty cool looking.
I think the stuff is garbage, but the can is pretty sweet.
And
Did
that's,
you see the new Bud cans? The Bud cans are now going to be tapered like the logo.
yeah, I did see that. They like the bow tie or whatever.
Yeah, it's very weird.
All right, so Tyler's question: favorite Rocky film?
Oh shit.
All right, so give me your favorite, and then let's rank them all.
Okay. Shit. I'd say Rocky 3. I used to love 2. Loved 2, just because he won at the end. But the first, I have to agree with Simmons. Like, the first hour and 15 minutes of 2 is downright unwatchable.
Well, you get all the shit with him trying to do the commercials
He
and
sounds like an idiot. And,
yeah.
Usual. That's the beginning of whiny Adrian.
do I know how to drive? I'm one of the all-time greats.
Yeah. Number 1 has some of the best lines in it, like "Take her to the zoo." I heard retards like the zoo.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And of course, it has your dad.
I'm looking
in
at
it,
Gatso right now on the wall.
and your dad's in it, so that's good. Yeah, I'd say Rocky 3. Mr. T, one of the greatest film villains of all time. Hey, woman. Hey, woman.
Yeah, 3's great. I mean, the T stuff is good. You get the Thunder Lips in the beginning.
Yep, and you get...
Mickey dies.
Mickey dies. You get...
See, I think 3 is the best, story.
Apollo turns face, and...
3's the best. Well, I mean, 1's the best story, but 3 is probably the best movie.
yeah.
4 is the best for those who don't give a fuck about the story.
Yeah.
And
that's just, all
4 has the
pumped
best. Yeah, 4 has the best training montage, the best fight.
The soundtrack is awesome.
The soundtrack's great. Absurdity with the fucking robot with Paulie in the beginning and everything. I mean, and that's the height of Rocky's prosperity, where he's in the mansion, he's rich. You get the sad stuff with Apollo and everything dying, but
you pretty much admit that Drago's on roids.
yeah, oh yeah, that's the whole part of that's the whole story.
Yeah, the whole story is he's artificial.
5, I feel like 5's better than the rap it gets. I've watched it a little bit lately, and
I don't think anyone would have. The only part of that annoyed people was that Rocky was broke.
yeah, but that was the story. This is the guy who came from nothing, and that was the story of the early 90s. So many guys losing all their money because they were taken by shysters and accountants. I mean, that was the whole state of Rhode Island, for the first time, before it happened again.
Yeah.
By that fat pig, Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
The first time, back in 1990, with the banking scandal, I mean, that was a big deal, back in that time period.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense to me. I think a lot of people had a problem with the fact that they never fought in the ring. Rocky never fought in the ring.
My ring's outside.
Yeah, him and Tommy Gunn fight in the street
With that bad
Jackie
Tom
Childs.
King wannabe. Yeah, Jackie Childs.
in the mink. Yeah. So that was that was an interesting one. I mean, that was bad. And Rocky Balboa, I like a lot.
Yes, Dr. G is a big Rocky Balboa.
And I used to get mad because people are like, "Yeah, but isn't it stupid? He's 60, he's fighting." I'm like, well, that's the fucking story. Watch the movie. The story is he's old and he's lured out of retirement. They say that he's old. He knows he's old. That they say it's stupid that he's doing it.
Yeah.
That's the movie.
And Duke trains him.
Build some hurting bombs.
Hurting bombs. Blunt force trauma.
Yeah, Duke was great in that movie.
Yeah. No, Rocky Balboa was a tremendous.
I liked Rocky Balboa. All right, so before we rank them, we have an Austin promo. We've kind of neglected the show so far, but Austin promo. I'm guessing they're setting up the match on. Oh, that too. I was in the match on Raw, and I think this is where he cuts the promo on Triple H, saying he was holding him back and stuff. Doesn't he trash him?
Yeah, he trashes him. That's probably what he's doing right now.
Some tight jorts he has on.
Yeah, that's an ugly hat too.
Yeah, most of the stuff was.
All
right, let's rank them.
Attitude Era merchandise. That was a good episode.
All right, we'll rank from worst. We got the Saints here too. A minute 13, third in inches, and they get it.
Yeah.
So this game is looking to be over. Poor Brad. It's probably just passed out right now.
Yes. Meanwhile, Reese could be doing the happy dance.
All right, so rank worst to first.
Okay. 5. Oh shit. 5, 2. Balboa. 4, 1, 3.
Man, this is a killer.
That wasn't easy. We have to get Dr. G on one night because he's good. Next time he's on, we got to ask him this.
All right, I'll go. I'll go 5's the worst, then 2. I guess then Balboa. But to me, it's 5 and 2 as the drop-off.
Yeah.
And the top 4 are good.
Are good.
So Balboa, then... I'm going to say then... I know it's hard to put 1 there. I don't know.
It's a hard movie.
1, 4, 3.
One of the, in my opinion, those 3 are the top 3. You can rank them any way you want.
And Balboa are just on the outside.
Yeah.
All right. Our friend Michael Vincent has an interesting one.
Okay.
And this is right up your alley because it's degrading to women. Fuck, marry, kill. Sunny in 1997. Stephanie and Ivory. How do you rank? What's your ranking? You give me dirtier looks than my mother-in-law gave me tonight.
Fuck Sonny. Marry Ivory, kill Stephanie. Because she's impeding. Never mind. She's impeding my progress. No. Well, pretty much, Michael Vincent, you pretty much answered it for us. Lunatic. Sonny, I mean, first of all 3 of them were pretty doable. I don't think there's any denying that.
All right, here's mine. Obviously, fuck Sonny in 1997. Because
Yeah.
you want no part of her long term. But you don't want to kill her.
No.
Marry Stephanie only for the money
Pretty much.
and the business.
Yeah.
And just kill Ivory.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad about.
I saw her at Walmart right after she got let go by WWE.
All right, hang on. 32-yard field goal for the win for the Saints.
3 seconds left. Kick is up.
And
Splits the uprights.
celebrate in New Orleans, baby.
All right, so dancing in the Reach House, tears in the Woodland House.
That's okay.
So the Saints now, we gotta wait till tomorrow. What are they? They were the 6, right? They were a good 6 too.
No, so they're going to Seattle no matter what.
All right, so they're going to Seattle, and I think they can beat the Seahawks. So it means the winner of tomorrow's game in Green Bay goes to
Carolina.
That's not a guarantee either. You know, for the Panthers either way. So
That's the new team, so the Packers. All right, so we got that one done. Dennis Nunez.
hey, old school.
We have a very interesting one. Actually, why don't you tell us quickly what's going on this tape here? Still, we still have Austin talking.
Austin's still cutting a promo. He had left the ring and then he came back. I don't know what he's doing. I can tell by the way he's talking. He's looking kind of crazy. He admitted on his when he did his podcast with JR a while back, he admitted that the heel turn was a dumb idea. He admitted it. But you know what? He was a good team player. He was a good employee, and he did what was told of him. But he admitted to JR on his podcast that turning heel was a stupid idea.
All right, here is the next one from Dennis Nunez. He wants to know, when did you have your first Triple H induced wet dream?
What?
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet.
What? You haven't used that one in a while. The night after WrestleMania 15. Or the night of WrestleMania.
You were that old for your first wet dream?
Triple H induced wet dream. I think it's safe to say we need to debut a new song when it comes back.
Hey, you leave that to me, okay?
Oh, now we're on Universal, so the game's over. Oh, Big E. Is this Raw Monday? No, this must have been SmackDown. It was SmackDown.
Yeah, this is SmackDown. They show Raw, SmackDown,
Yes.
in a certain rotation
So
here.
this is Big E and
Curtis.
it's like their 5th match in 3 weeks.
Big E's showing a lot of fire, though. I like it.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
All right, Austin
He's
promo.
about to hit his finisher.
The Austin promo is finally over.
Yes.
Um,
I don't know. He did this once before and then got back in the ring. So.
all right, Austin Pfaff.
Okay.
Not hoping for it, but is there an exact stop for the Vintage Vault reviews? And if so, what would be next? Meaning, if we ever hit are we ever planning to stop the vaults, or are we going to hit the end? I don't think we'll ever hit the end at the pace we're going.
The only way we would hit the end is if the company went out of business.
All right. Well, will we ever catch up?
Will we ever
I don't
catch
think
up?
so.
No, I don't think we'll ever catch up.
Are we ever going to stop because something's considered not vintage? I think by the time we get to even like 05, 06, it's going to be vintage because it'll be.
Well, by the time we get to 0506, it'll be probably 2017 or something.
So I don't see us
There's
stopping.
like a 10-year window. I think vault wise are okay.
Yeah, I don't see us stopping. I think we'll always be.
Yeah.
I think we'll always be just doing the reviews. That's a big part of the show. I mean, is it going to be as fun talking about Bash 05?
No.
Probably not.
No, we had a couple of. Oh God, I hated these commercials.
The
Truth.com,
tobacco. Yeah.
Oh my God, so stupid. Go away, idiots.
A lot of these at this time.
So bad.
This middle one is such a weird time in like culture and life before 9/11. It was like the happiness and arrogance was at like this crazy peak, and we just had no idea it was going to come crashing down.
Yeah.
Weird. All right.
This one with their annoying hair.
Austin has a second question.
Okay.
I guess this is for me. When did you first tell your significant other that you were a wrestling fan, and what was their reaction? Well, Hunter was a lifelong fan, so you never had a problem
Yeah,
with
so I
that.
never had a problem with that. Most my girlfriends were about 50-50 when it came to whether they were fans or not.
Well, most of them are inanimate, so it doesn't matter.
Well, your wife knew pretty much from the beginning, so.
Well, yeah, because we were friends in college for like 2 years. So it was kind of like whatever. She knew. And college was like the one time I really didn't even hide it. I mean, we were just,
Well, yeah.
especially those 2 years, junior, senior year, we were just out in the open because it was hot. I mean, that was 2000, 2001. So she knew right away, and her reaction was fine. I mean, I don't know if she knew right away the, level that it was.
Mm-hmm.
But from like 02 till 04, she used to watch it with us. I mean, she came to a couple of pay-per-views or Raws with me.
Mm-hmm.
She would watch Raw with me. She'd come to Mike's for the pay-per-views.
Yes.
It really wasn't until we moved back to Rhode Island that she kind of
got out of it.
stopped watching.
Hey, she won the Rumble 04
Pool.
pool
Yeah,
game.
and she participated in the 2012 one as well.
Yes.
So I would say that was fine. My other college girlfriend, I think I told her right away too, and she used to watch with us, me and Adam, all the time. Other than that, it was just
My girlfriend in
random
college,
hang and bangs. So it was.
My girlfriend in college, she wasn't a wrestling fan. Her brother was, though. Her brother actually went to WrestleMania 11 at Hartford. Other than that, no, none of them were wrestling fans. To be honest with you. And you don't want to meet. Let me tell you something. You don't want to meet somebody who's a bigger wrestling fan than you are, because that's a recipe for lunacy. My friend met a girl when he was standing in line at Tower Records in Manhattan to have the New Age Outlaws sign my
Underwear?
No, that was Triple H on the underwear. New Age Outlaws were going to sign my WWF The Music Volume 4. He met this girl in line. They hit it off and started going out, and she was a lunatic. So, never date a girl who's a bigger wrestling fan than you are. That's a recipe for disaster.
Well, that's quite the generalization,
Well,
based on one experience.
Well, you never know. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is.
All right. All right. Next up, we have Dave Hall. What are our favorite matches of all time?
It's a good question, Dave.
We got a lot of fucking questions left.
Finally, a normal question. Well, no. Some of them have been good tonight. Hey, Rhino in the house.
Yelling at William Regal and Tajiri.
What the fuck are those, waffles? Or are those supposed to be like teen crumpets or something?
Yeah, I think they're
They
crumpets.
look like waffles.
Face is a waffle.
I will, that's the Blue Dust humor. Favorite match? Well, my favorite match will always be Savage and Steamboat from WrestleMania 3. That'll always be my favorite. Steamboat and Flair, Clash 6. Triple H Batista, Hell in a Cell from Vengeance 05. Arn and Regal from Super Brawl 4. It's now on my list.
That's right.
Now on my list. Yeah, there's a bunch of others. But those are the 4 main ones.
Great answer.
Well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Mine, probably Savage Flair from 8. 92 Rumble.
92 Rumble's a good match.
Hogan Warrior from 6. Demolition Colossals from 6. Razor Shawn from 10. And here's an outside. I mean, you can tell they all come from one cluster. And these are favorite matches. These aren't what I think are the best matches of all time. These are the matches if I just want to make a little comp for myself to enjoy. The Hearts versus the Quebecers from 94 Rumble. That's a personal favorite of mine because I was there.
I still like the 6-man tag from International Incident. That's still one of my favorites. The Cell, the 6-man Cell from Armageddon 2000.
Brett Bulldog from In Your House 5.
One of my favorites. Punk Morrison from that episode ECW where he finally wins the ECW title. I always like that match too.
Grandmaster Sexay versus, I don't know. He's fine. So, yeah, that's probably just a quick handful of my favorites.
He's fighting...
Sean Taker in the Cell, the first one.
Wow, they're still... Jesus, they're still together?
This is like the very end, I think. I think maybe it was the next week they did the Taker thing where he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Bull Buchanan, Ivory, and... Grandmaster Sexay and Blackman and Trish against Ivory, Bull Buchanan, and the Good Father.
Yeah, this is they're just about done, I think.
Yeah. Pretty much Ivory's calling the shots here. Steve Richards didn't even come out with him.
All right, so.
Okay.
Justin Pratt. Favorite year for WCW and WWF? I guess one of each.
Okay. WWF? 1989. And WCW... Well, if you count NWA, I love 1985. I like 1986. 94 is growing on me, and we'll have more about that in the future. But I'll say favorite WWF 1989 and favorite WCW 93.
Really?
Yeah, I like 93.
All right.
I like the...
Well, I think my favorite, we just gushed about, 1994 for WCW. I think WWF is a tie between 92... Well, no, I can't even say 92, because the pay-per-views are great, but the TV was a little bland in 92. Like, I think of that whole summer, there wasn't... it was very, very... Savage's title reign was weird. It was kind of blah. I think 97 was just my favorite year. Maybe 96 into 97, I'd say. And then probably 2001 would be my next one. But 96 to 97 was just like... Just watching it grow to levels I never thought we'd ever see. And like... It's like, holy shit. This is actually happening. Wrestling's getting pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then it was awesome. And just a cool time period anyway. So that'd be mine. I like WCW in that frame too. 96, 97.
Yeah. But I like WCW like summer 93 into 94. And then WWF like WrestleMania 5 to WrestleMania to the end of like to WrestleMania 6. So most of 89 into like up to like SummerSlam 90. I like that stretch.
All right. Favorite storyline of all time?
Hogan Andre. It's pretty good. Can't really argue with that. Well, for me, probably from when Austin lost the title at Breakdown 98 till he won it at WrestleMania 15. I think that's one of the most incredible, well-written, well-planned-out storylines ever put together.
I got a couple. I love the Hart Foundation, Austin, Canada, U.S.
That's a great storyline.
Austin McMahon, hard to argue with. Brett Owen.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. From Survivor Series 93 till SummerSlam 94. So those probably be my...
Those are both
my main
those are
ones.
excellent. Yep.
And you got Hogan Savage, of course. That's a great one.
Well, Hogan Savage lasts multiple years.
Savage Flair.
Yep.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
Savage DDP.
Yeah. Another good one. All right. Jay Hinchy. Thoughts on Sold Out 1997 pay-per-view? That was the first one, the black and white.
And
they all ride into the garbage trucks in fucking Iowa.
Yeah.
Of all places, in Iowa.
I know, and it's snowing. No, it was all right. What was the good match? Eddie and Six, right? Wasn't that the good match?
Yeah, let me pull up the full card here, but it was an okay show. I mean, I give him credit for trying something new that was neat at the time. The black and white, the all NWO. So it was Masa Chono defeated Chris Jericho. Big Bubba defeated Hugh Morris in a Mexican death match. Jeff Jarrett defeated Michael Wall Street. Buff defeated Scotty Riggs. Scott Norton defeated DDP. The Steiners beat the Outsiders, and then, of course, the next night the title change was reversed, and Randy Peterson, as Michael Buffer calls him, was fired. Eddie Guerrero beat Six in a ladder match, and then Hogan and the Giant went to a no contest. So nothing really great. Of course, then they had the Miss NWO with all the fat women for the contest.
Miss the 5-season center in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Terrible. 5,000 fans in attendance.
Yeah.
So
it's okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
I remember the Chono Jericho match.
Yeah.
I take it that's what your opinion of it
Yeah,
too.
yawning. If the show as a whole is one of those ones that it's like a novelty to watch. Yeah. Although the last memory I have of watching is not a good one. And I think it was like 3 years ago now. I had that awful cold. Stomach bug.
Yes.
Where like my whole insides were basically out of me.
Yeah.
And I was watching that as I was like laying in bed, like alternating, just puking.
Yeah.
So that's the last time I remember watching that show in full because it was on 24/7 at the time, so I just threw it on.
Steve Blackman's trying to sing. They're trying to dance. He's dancing while he's throwing punches. It's even better. Trish had some moves.
Yeah. This is when she was really starting to come into her own.
Yeah.
After get out of the Vince stuff. Yeah, so I liked the concept. I remember at the time it was a cool idea. Plus it was a Saturday night, which was cool. We didn't have any Saturday night pay-per-views at that time.
Yeah.
January 25th, 97. I think, was that Super Bowl weekend? What Super Bowl would that have been?
97 would have been the 96 season. That would have been Packers Patriots.
Right, okay.
So 31.
So Super Bowl 31. Yeah, January 26, 1997.
Yep.
So that was the night before the Super Bowl.
Yep, and that was the one in New Orleans where the Packers beat the Patriots.
Yep. So, kind of an interesting weekend to hold the pay-per-view.
Do you remember the? I don't know if you looked at it already, but
I didn't. Go ahead.
Okay, the halftime show for that Super Bowl.
You have to give me a hint.
One is a legendary R&B blues guy. One is a rock band of 3 guys, all with beards.
ZZ Top?
Yep, and one was 2 guys from Saturday Night Live who had a movie.
Blues Brothers?
Yes.
Oh, how stupid. The R&B legend Stevie Wonder?
James Brown. I almost said Dave Brown.
I don't remember much about that one because we went downstairs and had a pool tournament instead of watching most of that game.
Nice.
It was kind of boring.
With the Coors Light thing, did it fall off?
I don't know. That was the Molosseum pool tournament.
That's right.
All right, I'm going to throw this question out there. We're going to take a break while we think about it.
Okay.
Derek Cornett, a PTB Nation draft desert island. 1 by 1, who goes to which island? So I guess we're drafting the nation.
Okay.
This isn't going to end well, so let's just skip this one.
Yeah.
Let's just say I want nothing to do with Jordan Duncan. All right.
Yeah.
Steve Willie. Who do you think has better hygiene? Jordan Duncan or Andrew Reich? You can go with overall hygiene, break it down to individual components, oral, airwax, underarm smells, etc.
Don't ever ask a question with oral in it again, okay?
Oral vampire. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll answer that fucking gem.
Do you actually need a camera for tout, or is it like part of the program, or do you actually need like a do you need a camera, or is it part of the program? It just seems like it's very easy to use, so I was just curious if you actually need a camera for it, if it's something that's built into the program.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
All right. Let me ask you this, Scott.
Yes.
How can a program record you if there's no camera?
No, I'm saying I thought maybe it was part of the... It just seems so simple. that, like, why not use YouTube or anything like that? Like, I thought Tout was a special program.
No, it is a program, but you need a camera.
Okay, well, I thought like there was some type of camera built into the website or something that you didn't actually
How's that
need.
possible?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
How can you have a camera not...
That's why I'm asking.
I gotta chalk it up to the medication, that question.
It might be the Tylenol, but I don't know. It just seems like such a program everybody loves. Why I thought.
I wish our special guest from later was on there at this point. He said that he would enjoy this conversation.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
What I'd like to have right now.
Chad, do you ever feel that the world revolves around WWF?
I think you mean WWE there, Barf.
Yeah, whatever, but what about David Crockett?
She likes it!
Well, what about Jimmy Valiant?
I'm gonna get you all until I get you, Paul Jones. Oh.
The Four Horsemen.
We are a family, and we are the best.
The Omni, the Dangerous Alliance.
Please welcome the newest members of the Dangerous Alliance, Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko.
Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express.
The Fantastics are putting the U.S. Tag Team title on the line against the Midnight Express.
Main events with actual work rate in them.
Woo! 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 All right!
It's just not fair to Flair.
It's not fair for Flair.
If this is what you're looking for, please check out Where the Big Boys Play podcast, the only pure NWA and WCW supercard podcast out there.
While you were in Hollywood making movies, Thunder Lips, I was winning world titles.
Well, there they are, our good friends Chad and Parr, Where the Big Boys Play. Now, if you want nonstop, old-school NWA discussion, dating back to that very first Starrcade, these guys have it covered. Even the PICs have made an appearance once. We are very particular what podcasts we visit. So check out our friends Chad and Parr, Where the Big Boys Play. Their link is right on our site, placetobnation.com. Just go into the podcast menu, and there they are, with the other great shows we partner with. Chad and Parr, working Where the Big Boys Play. Speaking of Place to Be Nation, that's your everyday home for your pop culture needs. At placetobnation.com, we have everything. Wrestling, sports, comics, even polls. We want your opinions as well. Every day there's something different with our top staff of writers who are experts in all fields of pop culture. From the weekly Raw review to the return of the hack, we've got everything you need. We're also working with a myriad of great podcasts. Of course, besides Chad and Parr, we have Grapple Talk, the Fans Podcast, Off the Top Rope, Answering the 10 Count, We Found New Music, and the Kings of Sport with Nate Milton. We've got everything for your listening pleasure. So check us out every day of the week at placetobnation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world. Now, don't forget about our good friend Graham Cawthon and the history of WWE.com. He's still the top source for all argument solvers, from match results to house show cards to pay-per-view histories. Any questions you need answered, any debates among wrestling fans that need ending, head over to Graham's treasure trove of information. You will certainly find it. Need to know what the opener of Starrcade 1995 was? What was the main event of that 1988 Boston Garden house show you went to when you were 11 years old? Graham can tell you. He has WWE, WCW, ECW results, and the growing results in TNA and Ring of Honor. So for all your wrestling research needs, check out Graham Cawthon at thehistoryofwwe.com. Now finally, if you want a place to just hang out, discuss all things wrestling with fellow diehard fans, check out the news and the great forums at twfnews.com. They have all the up-to-the-minute stories in WWE, TNA, and pretty much everywhere in between. They talk old school, Attitude Era, and even those hard-to-remember guys and shows like Waylon Mercy or In Your House Number 3. So check out all there is to see right on twfnews.com.
I'm a nice man.
Hey, this is Headbanger Thrasher, and you're listening to what the fuck is it? The Place to Be Podcast, so you better not miss it, because I'm on it.
I love to love 'em, I love to kick 'em, I love to shove 'em, I love to stick 'em, love to float 'em, I love to watch 'em, I love to pick 'em, and I'm gonna kick.
Dr. Jean-Louis Seaball. Of course, that song I think is a good lead into the answering of this question.
Yes.
Who is the sexier man, Andrew Reich or Jordan Duncan? I mean, maybe it's my southern bias.
And just because he's the Place to Be Nation word per article monster.
I'm going to say Reich smells like gumbo. That's what I picture Reich smelling like. And water. It's like dank water.
I think Reich smells like
oil tainted water.
Whatever you put in a hurricane.
Reich
on Bourbon Street.
That's all. Oh, okay.
No, not a hurricane, like a storm.
That's terrible.
You just have to smell like dirty water.
Okay. Jordan Duncan, I think, smells like depression and bankruptcy. Kind of like you. Cars.
Burnt rubber.
Lions. Tigers.
Andre
Fear.
Andre Sweat.
I guess we'll find out at the Rumble what Duncan smells like.
Okay.
I'm going to see him there. Be Real of Cypress Hill in the crowd on the SmackDown.
Wearing his Jerry Rice.
Duncan claims he smells like fresh baked cookies, but I disagree there.
Yes.
If you had to murder... This is from Duncan himself. If you had to murder one... This is way too easy, probably. If you had to murder one Place to Be Nation member, why would you choose anyone but Greg Phillips?
It's a terrible question. I don't know if we'll ever do this segment again.
Would you kill Greg Phillips?
No.
Okay.
I like Greg. Greg's an exceptional guy.
Oh, that mean we won't kill him.
No.
Who else? I mean, LaRue's an easy answer. That's a layup.
Yeah.
Chad Campbell. Maybe someday someone will answer this for us.
Yeah.
All right. Derek Cornett. If Place to Be Nation was made of cheese, would you eat it? I've seen you eat cheese before, so I'm going to say yes.
And you would eat it if it wasn't provolone.
That's true. Anything but provolone I would eat.
There you go.
All right. Back to Jordan Duncan. Top 3 wrestling video games of all time. And the top 3 movies starring wrestlers, not with the wrestler in them. They need to have a major role.
Oh, well, that's
so we already answered that.
We already answered that one.
All right.
Video games. So does he mean like console video games?
Anything.
Arcade games?
Let's do anything.
All right. Attitude. Or Warzone. I put those together because they're both pretty much the same. But I would say more Attitude because you were able to expand and create your own rings and stuff. WrestleFest, the arcade game. And, was there a Royal Rumble? Or was that WrestleFest was the one that had the Rumble in it because I was always Mr. Perfect. And WrestleMania, the video game. The arcade game.
Okay, mine would be WrestleFest, WCW, NWO, Revenge, whatever. What was the second one? Yeah, that was the second one, right?
Yeah, Revenge. I had that one too. It wasn't bad.
That / WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy. Like, that engine is my favorite of all time. Yeah, Warzone was good. I mean, the SmackDowns were good too. Maybe one of the later SmackDowns.
Oh, was it Know Your Role? What was one where
I
Jim
got them
made
all
all
confused.
those guys?
Yeah, I got them all confused. That was like the 04-ish one.
04, 05, yeah, because that was the one that had Goldberg on the front, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really played enough of the new ones to wait, put in a vote.
No.
But probably those THQ ones are my favorites. And we'll talk more about this next time Brian Shields is on.
Yeah. I forgot about those, some of the SmackDowns. Know Your Role, I think is. No, you know what the good one was? The one that had Brock on the front. I think that was.
Here Comes the Pain?
Yeah, that was the one I liked.
That might be the best one.
Yeah, because that was the one that our buddy Jim, made all the guys, and I remember I had the Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, and Goldberg in a triple threat ladder match. That was I wrestled for like 48 minutes. It was like the longest match ever.
It's absurd how much time we wasted on this stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis Nunez, favorite Raw and Nitro moment.
Favorite Raw moment was the night Ric Flair retired. I just watched it the other day.
All right, mine was Mick Foley winning the title. On the anniversary of it's airing, and you can go to PlayStation right now.
Absolutely.
My story of that trip to Worcester is up right now. We did a whole podcast on that show as well with Chad.
With Chad. Yep.
So go back and check that one out too.
Nitro moment.
I'd say, I guess, Hall coming out.
Either Hall coming out or Goldberg beating Hogan.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
That's a good one. Better than Luger beating Hogan. That was weak.
Well, that was a good one though. You thought it was weak?
Well, I would say weak. I guess I thought it was weak because he only had it for a week. It was weak because he had it for a week.
No, the moment was really cool.
The moment was pretty cool because they pumped that up for a while. That match, at least 3 weeks. Wasn't it in Jordan Duncan's backyard in Auburn Hills? Or maybe it was in his house.
Yeah, everything else happened there.
Andre was the guest referee. Yeah, I'd have to say Goldberg beating Hogan. Although, yeah, Hall coming out was pretty crazy.
All right. Jordan Duncan enjoys lists. Here's a few more. Top 5 romantic interests of Seinfeld characters. Not just Jerry's girls, any of them.
Oh, this is more you than me. I don't...
All right. I'll say... Well, Terry Hatcher was hot. With the fake boobs. Are they real or not? The worst was Shmoopy. Jerry's girlfriend. That they were all annoying about. Mm-hmm. And Susan was kind of stupid, too. That's a hard one. The masseuse, she was kind of annoying. Oh, how about the blonde girl where Jerry drops the toothbrush in the toilet and then she dates Banya? She was pretty good. The nude, the girl that always walked around naked. That was another good one. The one that thought she got gonorrhea from a tractor. That was a good one. Jake Jarmel, he was alright. Elaine's boyfriend. Crazy Joe Davola. I don't know. There's a million of them. Sorry, Jordan. This one I had to do research for. Top 5 Seinfeld reoccurring characters. David Puddy, Newman, Frank Costanza. That'd probably be my top right there. And yeah, even Jerry's dad was pretty good. Elaine's dad was good, but he was only in one. I'd say Puddy and Newman are my 2 favorites. And Frank. Frank's awesome. And Jack Klompus was pretty good too. All right, top 5 Christmas gifts you've ever received besides the complete career of Kevin Nash set on 74 DVDs.
One year I got the Millennium Falcon when I was like 9. That was pretty cool. I got a bike one year. That was pretty cool. Yeah, those are probably my 2 favorites. Millennium Falcon. I never got a lot of wrestling stuff for Christmas. Most of my stuff was either Star Wars or athletic stuff.
I would say
sports stuff.
Probably the year I talked about in the Christmas special where I got those wrestling figures I didn't know existed. My Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy. My Chad Pennington authentic jersey. When I thought he was going to be really good.
Yes.
And he was really good. He just got hurt. Yeah, that's it. It's hard. I can't remember.
Yeah. The Millennium Falcon, because I just found a picture of it. I was holding it when I was 9 years old. It was pretty cool.
All right, Steve Rogers. Is there a worse I Quit match than Cena Orton? And also, do you think PG era's no blade job rule will hurt the extreme stips like I Quit, Last Man Standing, Elimination Chamber, blah, blah, blah? No, I don't think it hurts them. Does it take away potential to make them even better?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't think it hurts them. I think guys should be talented enough to have a good enough match without needing blood.
I agree.
But I do think some stuff would be enhanced by it.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite examples of a lot of... 2 examples of great matches that had a lot of blood, both in cells, obviously, was a match I mentioned earlier that was one of my favorites, and that's Batista and Triple H from Vengeance 05. The other one is Brock and Taker from No Mercy 02. Remember when even Heyman bladed in that match? They were both busted open like crazy. I think it all depends on the situation. A lot of people think that the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view now is almost a waste of time if there's no blood. I mean, I think that sometimes it's a crutch, but nah, I think it was fine. I think it depends on the situation. Eventually they'll bring blood back.
All right, what do you think? Is Cena Orton the worst I Quit match?
It is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. What was that? Breaking Point 09? Was that the I Quit? Yeah, because they were all submissions, right? I guess that was the whole point of that show. Yeah, I gotta watch it again though. We got it coming up. I mean, we're in the middle of 08 in our writtens, so we're coming close to it.
I can't really think of too many other. I mean, Brett Backlund at
11.
But that was a submission match.
That was
no, that was an I Quit.
No, that was quite because Piper asks him and Backlund answers by going,
"What do you say?"
That was supposed to be a word.
That may be my worst, because I was really excited for that one. You had Piper as the ref.
Yeah.
The great rematch. I loved Backlund as the heel, and that was really disappointing.
Yeah, that wasn't very
So that
good.
might be my least favorite. I don't remember Cena Orton. All right. Next up, we have King James Manda.
The King!
Thoughts on who Aston Villa should sign in the January transfer window? Good luck with that one, slob. I may have added the slob. I know they don't have a lot of money to spend. They've been linked to Jamal Laskelis, Musa Dembele, Simeon Slavovich, Wilfred Zaha, Ashley Young,
and Paul George Nitep.
Nitep is a center fielder.
I think they're going to get Lascelles,
the
kid from Nottingham Forest.
Well, they don't have a lot of money to spend. He may get $20 million for Beneke if he comes back healthy.
Was he the sheriff?
Did he shoot the sheriff?
Did he shoot the sheriff of Nottingham?
Oh, Musa. Wait, Lascelles was the sheriff? Who are you saying is the sheriff?
Well, no, I just said Lascelles because Nottingham Forest. I said, is he the sheriff? And then you said, did he shoot the sheriff?
Oh, Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham
He's
Forest.
on Nottingham
He's on
Forest.
Nottingham
I thought that was actually the name. Lascelles was the name of the... And then I was thinking of Men in Tights, Sheriff of Rottingham.
Oh, Sheriff of Rottingham. I got a question. Do you think that we're going to see the big RAW letters Monday night on the Old School Raw?
I don't know. I hope so.
They fuck that shit up all the time.
Are all the guys that are showing now the ones that are going to be on?
I think so, yeah. They're so goddamn lazy sometimes. Oh, let's throw the USA... they're like, let's throw the USA graphics from 1985, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
They need to... I hope they get some different guys.
Yeah.
If it's just Duggan, Piper, DiBiase again,
DiBiase,
IRS.
Ugh. No, that's not Valentine. I'd like Valentine.
Farouk.
Who's that dude? Oh.
Let's get something new.
For something. No,
Oh, the
more
truth. Oh.
Again. God, thank God they vanished.
All right, here's a good one. James Mander.
Okay.
Favorite podcast recorded so far?
Well, I gotta go back 282 of them. I gotta say, this two-parter we just did with...
You're living in the moment. What is your favorite?
J.J. Dillon was good.
You know, he reamed us out on email.
We took that we were too long. Stevie was good. Most of our interviews. I can't say a bad thing about any of our interviews.
I really liked this Christmas episode.
This Christmas episode was very funny. I agree.
I really liked episode 200.
Episode 200 was very good. I thought our WrestleMania 17 vault.
Yeah, 17 was really
excellent.
Good. And also, I love the first time Kevin was on with the Pillman gun incident.
Yes.
And I enjoyed the Kevin, even though I got a lot of hate, the Kevin shoot the shit roundtable.
Yes.
Outside of the John segment, I mean, that was a really good episode. The one with Dr. G here, where we were drinking and watching wrestling.
Yes. I'm about to listen to that one. That was a good one, yes.
That was fun. King of the Ring 94 was good with Art Donovan. Taking over the whole show.
Yep. You know when one was really good? WrestleMania 12 with Yumi and Graham, because that's when I debuted Funk and I almost had Graham pee his pants. That was pretty good.
And the 8 hours of feedback.
8 hours of feedback, yeah.
And then also Scott Hudson.
Scott Hudson was a good one too.
And Headbanger Thrasher, because we didn't know what to expect with him. And then he was awesome. He had like a great memory.
Yes.
So I really like that one. So, I mean, that was a bunch of them, but we've done so many that it's hard to really just pick one.
I just found on Wikipedia. TheTruth.com is an anti-tobacco company campaign in the United States. Run by the American Legacy Foundation. By the way, they have no public phone number, and they keep their top organizers secret to the public. So you can break into offices, but no one can call you. Whatever.
Also, WCF.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a good one, too. I enjoyed that.
All right, Chad Campbell, who's your favorite administrator at PlayStationNation.com?
Well, you.
I'm your favorite? Brad's mine.
I love Brad, too. I gotta hang out with Brad more.
I'm gonna hang out with Brad in 3.5 weeks.
I might hang out with Brad. Chad. I might hang out with Brad in a little over a month if I go to Ring of Honor in Philly.
If he wants you there.
Well, I could still go into Philly. What, does he own Philly?
Well, you said you want to hang out with him. I'm saying you might not be able to.
Well, if he's there, fine. I'd like him to be there. He doesn't have to be.
I wouldn't show if I were him. Unless he wants a busted toilet paper.
I'm glad I picked you as my favorite admin, douche.
Unless he wants a
busted toilet
paper holder.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll play beer pong and I won't have to drink 50 beers in 20 minutes.
Well, hey, that's on you.
All right.
What is this? Oh, here we go. TLC's finally started. This SmackDown is taking forever because they had all commercials in it. So I don't know if we're even going to get to Raw. All right, Steve Rogers. So are we ever going to hear bloopers or outtakes from PTB? And the answer is no.
You hear them anyway.
There are none.
There are none.
Because everything's live. We're like Saturday Night Live. Everything's live. Everything's live to tape.
You've heard sneezes, burps, hiccups.
I mean, fuck. We turned the show around within the other night we were still recording.
Yeah.
And I had the other part up. So there's no editing really. So
nope.
We never fuck up.
Nope.
And when we do, we leave it on.
What you hear is what you get.
So I mean,
touts.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. Inventing touts. Mentioning the Amazing French Canadians theme.
Yes.
10 seconds after he mentioned it because of my Dayquil haze. Yeah. Usually my worst moments on the show involve me under meds.
Andrew Reach wants to know why male models?
What do you mean, but why male models?
I don't know.
Okay.
Matt Souza, who are some of your favorite bands and musicians?
Oh.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read
that would be my all-time favorite right there. Biggie.
Mine would be obviously a tie between Aerosmith and Billy Joel because I've seen them live 7 times each, and I'm going to see Billy a couple more times in 2014. So,
that it?
Yes.
Those are your only ones.
Well, I like Led Zeppelin probably too.
How about Big Pun?
I like Big Pun.
I'd say Biggie, Big Pun. Of course, the great me and Dan McGinn love De La Soul and Color Me Bad.
I like Color Me Bad too.
Salt and Pepper's awesome.
I like Salt and Pepper. We listen to Shoop in the
That's
car.
right. Hootie is one of my favorites. Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't care how much shit I catch for that. As far as like non kind of rap hip hop, probably would be Pearl Jam, I guess.
I like Pearl Jam. Stone Temple Pilots. I love Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah. If I had to really rank, it'd probably be Biggie, Big Pun, and Pearl Jam, probably top 3. And then kind of that other batch right there, Salt and Pepper, Dre and Snoop.
Love The Chronic, one of the best albums of the 90s.
Oh, Adele, right? You're a big Adele fan.
I like Adele because I want to listen.
Just like that guy that was sitting behind us at the hockey game today.
Oh, God.
He said he loved Adele.
He loves Adele.
I mean, yeah, Billy Joel's fine. I like him too. And Elton. Busta Rhymes I was into for a while. Trying to look at my little playlist here and see if I can... Eddie Money, the Money Man.
The Money Man.
See one of your favorites?
Yes, I do like Eddie Money. But I mean, Aerosmith I've seen 6 times. Billy Joel I've seen 7 times. I'm going to add 2 more.
Oh, In Vogue.
In Vogue. I like In Vogue.
You know, VKM likes them.
PM Dawn. They know 2 or 3 good songs. What is this terrible movie with Dan Aykroyd?
No, this is
Evolution?
Yes. That was a bad movie. I like that. Oh, the Fugees? That's a good one. I like the Fugees.
I love Lauryn Hill. I want to bet with Lauryn Hill.
I don't get what you love about Lauryn Hill. She hates you and all other white people.
Well, I bought her album.
Why does she hate you so much?
I don't know.
The man. The man. Anyway, so there's some of our favorites, I'd say.
Yep.
And of course, I know you love Jade every day of the week.
Yep, I do.
Jay-Z. We'll put Jay-Z on the list. Jeremiah. Jade, Terry, Tyrell, and Jeremiah.
Yes.
All right. J.A. D'Amato.
All right.
If you're stranded on a desert island with these 3, who do you kill first? You, Scott. Seamus, Little Beaver,
I got my 2x4.
or Jim Duggan.
Well, D'Amato, let's clarify.
Go ahead. Take me through this.
Well, Seamus, it depends. If it's the current babyface Seamus that was on the TV before he got hurt, then I don't know. There'd be a toss-up there. If it was the Seamus from like ECW 2009, 2010, then no, he's fine. Probably Little Beaver because get rid of him quickly, give Duggan a false sense of security that we're friends, and then one night, and then in the middle of the night while he's sleeping, I'll cave his head in with a coconut, Piper style. There you go.
I thought you liked Seamus, though.
I do like Seamus. I don't know why D'Amato added that. Just because I don't like his babyface character. I never hated Sheamus. I just hate his character now.
I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know where that comes from either.
All right, my three are Uncle Elmer, Frenchie Martin, and of course...
Well, that didn't surprise me a bit because Lou Albano is a big, fat, sloppy pig.
Depends what Albano. If it's fat Albano, he could feed.
Well, see, Frenchie's just useless. He didn't do anything. Uncle Elmer...
You just hate all hillbillies.
Yeah, probably Albano, I guess.
Because he can swipe more.
Fat pig.
Isn't he managing the winner of this TLC match?
I'm sure he was involved somewhere. All right, Mike Poulin. If you could do an interview with any wrestler or wrestling personality, who would it be?
Believe it or not, it would not be Triple H because I don't want to hear the whole company.
What if Anthony Armento could hook you up with Tatanka? He knows his real name.
He does? Shit. I don't know.
I told him in the car. And him only.
I don't even know his real name.
I'll drive to Newark, Connecticut with Anthony Armento.
I got the vibe from the tribe, so let me be brief. I'm the warrior Indian chief.
I'll read the GPS with Anthony Armento.
In New Jersey.
I tell
Punk
him
again?
to take a left and he makes me go right.
Didn't we just watch Punk? This is the beginning of Raw. That was the end of SmackDown. I wouldn't interview Triple H. I would interview Vince.
Yeah, Vince would be a good one.
I'd interview Vince.
If you could pick dead people, I'd say Savage would have been cool.
I'd love to interview Savage. Vince Sr.
Now, it depends if you're getting truth serum. I mean, are you getting, you could say Hogan, but you're going to get fucking...
You're going to get his book, which is shit.
Right, you're going to get, that Hogan. I mean, if Vince is going to open up and tell us everything, it's going to be Vince.
Yeah.
Jim Ross would be a good one.
I would like Jim Ross. You know what would probably be a good interview? Shivani.
Yeah, Shivani would be pretty good.
I tried to email him to try and get him on the show.
Well, maybe to make fun of him so much. I can't even say, Brett or anything, because I feel like he's done a million, he's everywhere.
Yeah. I don't think I want to interview Sean. Sean would do his same answers.
I think Vince or JR are the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Kelly.
Never interviewed him before.
All right, Ryan Schmock. If you had a video podcast roundtable discussion, who would you have on and what would be the first subject? So are we taking this, I guess, as people that...
aren't ugly?
All right. Well, that eliminates you. That
are
already...
What's wrong with you tonight?
I am full of just...
You're full of
wings.
Wings, yeah, and it's my fault.
And there we go. This Chris Benoit diving off the top rope through a table on the floor. I mean, if it's people already involved in the show, I'm guessing. I mean, this isn't the same question as the one we just had, where it could be anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Kevin and Scott Hudson.
Yeah.
Talking about their times in each company. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one I'd like to do. Graham's handsome, so probably have him on.
Yeah, Graham's good looking.
I've seen Chad in person, so no. Adam Murray.
No.
How about if we get all the Molosseum guys and do a whole Molosseum video retrospective?
Well, we saw a Molosseum legend tonight.
That's right, we did. We saw Matt, the Jolter, and everything else. We saw
Matt Tibiggins, the pirate.
The Godfather, Molosseum video at Boneheads tonight.
Yep. Looking a little grizzled.
How about referee Rich on to bust your fucking collarbone on air?
No.
All right, Michael Vincent. Who is your favorite porn star? His are Jenna Hayes and Gage.
I'm done. You know what?
How about, we already talked about China.
What the fuck is wrong with
How about Hulk Hogan? Bubba the Love Sponge.
X-Pac?
There's a lot of good ones.
X-Pac! You really think you've got us fooled, don't you?
All right, now it sounds like you're cutting an NWO promo. You're going down. Buy the shirt.
Oh, they're putting him on a stretcher. This is very non sequitur. You may think you've got us all fooled.
Oh, yeah!
Savage had to have done some kind of porn in his life.
Oh, Gorgeous George did the one for him.
That's right. That's right. Well, Sonny and Tammy.
Missy.
Sonny and Missy did their share. Yeah. It's pouring milk on each other or whatever the hell.
All right, TWF Dave. In a complete change of direction.
Yeah,
did you catch any New Japan Pro Wrestling in 2013? What did you think of it? And will you be watching in 2014? I did not catch any.
Neither did I.
So I have no thoughts.
Neither
and I can honestly say, and not has anything to do with the product, I just probably will not watch any in 2014.
I will probably not either.
Unless Chad makes us watch it while we're going to bed in the hotel during the weekend.
Yeah, you'll have to watch it.
Which I just imagine he just carries discs of it on him in his pockets.
He's like a holster of them.
All right, 2 more here. I think these are long ones, so I may not be able to get to both of these.
Okay.
Michael McDonald. If you could rebook an entire 12-month calendar year of WWF, which year and how? We have to have separate years, and you can hire, fire at will, but acknowledge how you'll change the company after that period. This sounds like a just a longer episode idea or written.
I would definitely rebook 1990 to make Warrior's title reign a little beefier without Hogan destroying every fucking heel on the roster and leaving him with shit.
Yeah.
That's one. That's a good one. We could rebook a few things in 1990.
Well, then you have 2001. I mean, if you really want to get into the invasion. Maybe, what about the second half of 02?
When Shawn came back?
Just everything. Like, I feel like that was where things finally went off the rails following 18 with the draft and then Triple H getting the world title and all that stuff. Brock going to SmackDown. Like, I think there's a lot there that could have been salvaged at that time.
That's possible.
95, just to make it a better year.
Because we'd have to rebook the King of the Ring.
Well, you rebook everything. I mean,
yeah, we'd have to rebook
post-Mania.
I would repump up Yokozuna that year and maybe have him face Diesel at SummerSlam.
Would you have brought Flair in 88?
If the money was right.
That's how the story went. When they approached him.
Yeah. Him and Savage for the world title at the Garden. That'd be fucking incredible.
How about late 91 to early 92? What would you have done with Hogan and Flair?
I wouldn't do anything with them at all and have them face at WrestleMania 8.
So you wouldn't have done Savage Flair?
No, you could save Savage Flair. You could save Savage down the line. Savage was always going to be there. I would keep Savage in 94 and put him back in the ring. That's what I would do.
You got to stop.
Really? You're sitting here right now dropping rooster bombs and you're bitching about my fire starter burps.
Well, you're like blowing it right in my face.
Well, I'm trying not to. I'm pointing this direction. And all I hear is
Ricky the Dragon over here.
Oh my god. We gotta go back to the movies next time.
We're not even drinking.
Even worse. It's a lot of wing fumes. Which takes nothing away from the fine cuisine at Boneheads.
No, it's delicious. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Great question, Michael, but we're gonna have that's an episode to answer that. We'll have to jot that down. That's an episode for later on down the line.
Yes. I was looking for the Ricky...
Favorite Boneheads flavor.
I couldn't find the Ricky Steamboat... Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon. Ricky the Dragon. This one. Ladies and gentlemen.
From Honolulu, Hawaii.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Fucking Roger and those goddamn ghost chilies.
Anyway. All right, Sean Flaherty is the last one.
Okay.
We got this one via text because he's not on Facebook. If you can make a trade between WWF and WCW back in the day, who would you have liked to see in the other company? You can do like 85 to 89, in periods like that. If it's too long to answer, he apologizes. But maybe we can just do a couple.
Okay.
So let's do it in chunks. So 85 to 89. Who would you have swapped? Savage to NWA?
That'd have been kind of cool. And put
Flair?
Luger.
Yeah, Luger might have been good.
I think Vince would have done.
I could see Luger in the Orndorff role. Friends with Hogan and turns on him.
Gets corrupted by Bobby.
Yeah.
I like that one.
All right, so we'll flop Luger and Savage.
Yeah. Savage in the NWA would have been awesome. Chasing Flair that early on. I like that idea.
All right, 90 to 94. I'd put Brett in WCW.
I know you guessed that one too. I agree. Brett in WCW.
Either him or Perfect.
Vader.
Or DiBiase.
Vader in the WWF.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Feud
Warrior.
Yeah. Feud with, Brett would have been your champion. Feud with Savage.
Yeah. Him and Savage in 92.
In 92.
All right, 95. We'll go 95 to 97 because then we'll do the Attitude Era.
Oh God, the entire rosters.
Well, guys jump so much.
Yeah, you had a bunch of switches anyway. Austin.
I guess Sting.
Yeah.
You know, I would have liked him later, but I want to say if we're gonna do 98 to like 01, I would say Goldberg or Flair. Flair in the Corporation.
Yeah.
That's it, and then WCW died.
Yeah, and then they
kind of like this podcast. All right, why don't we wrap?
Digestive systems.
This is a lot of fun though. We will have to do this again next time you're in.
Yeah.
I kind of liked this. Thank you to everyone who submitted feedback, and you can actually do this in writing, and Scott and I will respond on the website.
Yes.
Mailbag at PlaceToBeNation.com. So take the concept from the Facebook page, send us an email, and we'll do it written form, and maybe we'll even do a few on the show too from time to time.
Yep.
So you already know the upcoming schedule. We'll be back Monday night with Brian Papa, and then later in the week with why do I keep blanking on this? Greg and Nate.
Greg and Nate
for the year review.
Yep.
Visit PlaceToBeNation.com. A lot of cool year-end stuff is still up.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a bunch of new podcasts. There's a really cool one today. It is part 2, Wrestling with the Past, the primer for Japanese wrestling.
Yes.
That was a really good one. If you enjoyed Will on our show the other night talking WCW, you'll like this as well because it's him doing that show. There's a lot of cool stuff too. Don't forget his episode of Rob Naylor and Lars Fredrickson. That's a good one where they did the lists. But of course we had my piece about Mick Foley. We have all the recaps up for the week. Superstar, SmackDown, Main Event, NXT from Scott Keith. Maurice Pogue did the backloggery beatdown into the contestants. Callum with some breaking news in the world of MMA about the UFC card in March in England. May not be able to be seen over there on TV. We had a comics exclusive as well. Russell Sellers interviewed Van Jensen with the Green Lantern Corps. That was a big interview for him. Lita Clark has a piece up about Sonic, the marathon there. And of course our year in review topics as well. So stay tuned. 2014 we have major things coming. And like I said, on the 13th when we talk to Steve Carino, we have a huge announcement for you guys about a big something to do with Placement Nation. So. All right, let's wrap up. Scott, you can leave right now. Head back to Norwalk. We're done. We don't need you here anymore. And we'll be back Monday night with Brian Pop. So until then, take care. And we'll watch the rest of this TLC match. And you can be Blue Dust. Alright, we're out of here, Siobhan.
How about the caskets? They should arrest you, or whoever dressed you. Ain't gon' stress you, but I'ma let you know, girl. You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. Oh, yeah, I know that's what they all says. She got a donkey with a Juan Valdez. Keep it clean cut like ball heads. Been playing with that green long as ball pairs. So you got a ball harder than the ball players. All she wanna know is their malness. Can't falter, the last nigga spoiled her, but he ain't beat it up. I assault her. Should've seen her come to me when I called her. Slow strut like she walking to the altar. Handbag on her arm costs 4 bills. And she ain't got a bag borrowed or steal. Often imitated, never duplicated. They say she a dime, I say she underrated. I just met her, so the next solution. Dead my old chick, execution. You a suck girl, ain't gotta ask it. I done them all now, how about the caskets? They should arrest you, or whoever dressed you. Ain't gon' stress you, but I'ma let you know, girl, you be killing them. You be killing them, girl, you be killing them. You be killing them, girl, you be killing them. You be killing them, girl, you be killing them. You be killing them. Had to let you know. You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. All the ladies, you be killing them. Like to congratulate you. Congratulations. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. And you just came from the gym clothes. In a fitted cap and some Timbos. In a pair of flats, well-trimmed toes. Camera in the mirror, BBM pose. Still killing them hoes. You still killing them hoes. You still killing them hoes. Oh.